Have you ever wondered why life seems to push back hardest right when you decide to move forward? Why the moment you commit to growth, a wave of resistance comes from nowhere? Why clarity disappears, discipline weakens, and old patterns suddenly return with more force than ever before? You're not imagining it, and you're not alone. Every single one of us has a hidden force, that one thing standing between where we are and where God created us to be. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what that one thing is and why identifying it may be the most important spiritual moment of your life. I'm Papa Charlie. School's in session. Ephesians 6 tells us plainly, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Your struggle is not with the economy, your circumstances, or even the past. The real fight is spiritual, and the enemy has one primary goal: redirect your focus. He can't destroy what God has blessed, but he can distort how you see it. He can't steal your calling, but he can confuse you until you abandon it. And he uses the same three moves he's been using since the beginning of time. Once you understand those moves, you stop fighting shadows and start winning battles. In Genesis 3, Eve is surrounded by abundance. Imagine it. Every tree, every resource, every blessing, every need met before she even knew she had a need. And yet the serpent manages to shift her gaze to the one thing God had set aside, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. You may have thought, why would God want to keep them from knowing good and evil? If you've ever wondered that, look at what just happened. Your focus was shifted from unlimited abundance to one perceived lack. That is the enemy's tactic. Subtle, quiet, almost invisible, but devastating. Because the enemy doesn't tempt you with the fruit itself, he tempts you with the idea that you're missing something. And the moment your attention moves from abundance to lack, your destiny begins to shift. Here's the enemy's entire playbook, undefeated against people who don't recognize it. Number 1, distraction. The enemy will shift your focus from everything God gave you to the one thing you feel you don't have. Number 2, distortion. The enemy will twist the truth just enough to create doubt, confusion, or insecurity. Number 3, deception. The enemy will convince you to desire the very thing that pulls you away from your purpose. These three moves have derailed more destinies than anything else in human history, not because the enemy is powerful, but because human attention is fragile. Where your focus goes, your heart follows. Where your heart follows, your habits go. And where your habits go, your destiny lands. Today, the enemy doesn't appear as a serpent. He appears as patterns, the subtle habits and impulses we've learned to tolerate. I call them the 7 captive vices. They are pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. They don't look dangerous. Most of them feel familiar, even justified, but each one works the same way. They choke your focus. They magnify your perceived lack. They blind you to God's provision. They weaken your discipline. They drain your courage. They keep you spiritually numb and emotionally scattered. And here's the part most people never realize. One of these vices is ruling you right now. One of them is steering your decisions, reactions, and habits. One of them is quietly holding you back from the life God intended. But you cannot defeat what you refuse to acknowledge. The moment you identify your one thing is the moment you take your first step toward freedom. I created a free companion guide that reveals what each vice actually looks like in daily life, the emotional and spiritual symptoms that expose it, the specific lie the enemy whispers for that vice, the biblical antidote that destroys it, the exact scripture you need to stand on, and the first step to breaking its power. It's called The One Thing Keeping You from Your Destiny and How to Break It. If you're tired of repeating the same cycles, if you feel spiritually stuck, if you know God created you for more, but something keeps pulling you off track. Download the free guide. The link is in the description below. Read it slowly. Be honest with yourself. Identify your vice, break its influence, and step back onto the path God designed for you. I'm Papa Charlie. Class dismissed.